When a concerned employer makes a call to authorities after a diligent employee fails to show up for several days, police make a grisly discovery.
911, it's your emergency.
All right, so one of my employees, who's a very large man, has not shown up for work for 3 days. So I came out to his house, and his car's here. Doors are all locked, windows, shades are all drawn. There's a bunch of packages on the front steps, and I would like someone to be here when I break a window to get in there to check on him.
Yeah, what's the address?
He, his brother, and his mother have all been murdered. But the only suspect is another family member.
I love my mother and I love my brothers. I would never harm my family, never.
In a closed community, only one person knows exactly what happened.
And we're trying to give you the opportunity to tell us what happened.
Nothing.
What happened?
I loved my mother.
Okay.
We're going to start to see contradictions building up here.
This man is the last guy standing.
And he's not giving an inch.
There's no way. Just like Mom, Cody, and Dad loved you. Nobody loved you anymore or any less. I'm telling you right now, I do not think you're a murderer. I helped her get her I don't think that you're a bad person, and something got out of control, and we needed to know where she's at.
All I want from you.
Donald Hartung's mother and two stepbrothers have been found murdered in their Pensacola, Florida home. With no evidence of a robbery or other motives, the nature of the crime is odd, leaving authorities to search close to home when looking for the killer.
Let me start by getting your name and information. What's your first name?
Donald.
What's your middle name, Donald?
Wayne, W-A-Y-N-E. Hartung, H-A-R-T-U-N-G. The younger brother is John.
And what's your, I guess, would be older brother?
Yeah.
What's
Richard,
his name?
Richard.
And what's your mother's name?
Her name is Von Seal.
I guess you know why you're down here to talk about your mom and your brothers, okay? As I told you out there on the scene, they are deceased, okay? So I can get a picture of everything that's going on. I noticed that your last name's different than theirs. What's that all about? Are these your stepbrother?
They're my stepbrother.
Okay. You have a different dad, correct?
Right.
Who's your dad?
Donald Hartung.
Where does he live?
I have no idea.
Okay. Did you have a stepfather, I guess?
Yeah, I did.
Mr. Smith?
Richard Smith.
How did he pretty much raise you your whole life? Or?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
How old were you when he came into your life?
Seven.
Wow.
Yeah.
Young. What's your relationship with John and Richard? Do you have good relationships with them, or?
Yeah, we have great relationships.
I mean, do y'all do stuff together? Y'all get along?
Well, we don't really do a whole lot together. We all work all the time.
Oh, okay. Where does Richard work?
Richard? My stepdad?
No, Richard Thomas
My
Smith,
stepdad's
your brother.
deceased.
Your brother.
He works out at the base. He works for Homeland Security.
Is he a very secretive person, or just he doesn't talk about work?
He never talks about work.
But he'll talk to you about anything else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about John? What's John like? What does he do?
Well, John, he works for Walmart.
Okay.
Alrighty. So this kind of room configuration is interesting. We normally don't see a potential offender so cornered, so obviously. Usually it's something that's kind of implicit. This is very obviously putting a person in the actual corner of the room. There's a very small space that he can sit in. We have an officer leaning back, taking up most of the space in what's already a pretty small room at this point. Has access to the full length of the table, again, making the space for the accused even smaller, or at least appear even smaller.
What we see here is the individual who seems to be unaffected by the news that his whole family has been murdered or that they're dead. He seems very relaxed and comfortable, showing no emotionality at all. It's as if they were talking about a baseball score.
He's basically a sponge right now. What do you want? What do you want to know? I'm going to ask you questions about your family. So he's absorbing what the police are telling him as much as the police are taking in things that they already know. It's a standard, soft approach to the interview. Make him feel comfortable and slowly take him through a bunch of missteps. Again, I agree with Toby that the suspect in this case, it's more like he's discussing last night's baseball game. It's no emotion, no sadness, no, oh my God, no, it's strange.
And so far, we're seeing a very relaxed stance with one leg just casually draped over the other. You can also see that he has a little bit of movement in his fingers. That might be a bit of a tell or a bit of a tic, we don't know yet. But at this point, this is his baseline that he's showing the officer.
Roll the tape.
When was the last time you saw your family?
Tuesday, I went over. I always go over on Tuesday to take my dog and let her run. I got there probably about 1 or 1:30. I stayed pretty much out in the yard playing with the dogs, go in, talk to Mama, watch television together, and I fix dinner for them every Tuesday.
After you cook dinner, did you clean up, or what do you usually do?
Yeah,
Who does the dishes or whatever?
I always help John do the dishes. We put them we put the pots in the sink, and we put the plates in the dishwasher, and then I always help him do the wash.
So are you off every Tuesday?
I'm off Mondays and Tuesdays.
Mondays and Tuesdays. And the rest of the time you work 3 to 11?
Yes.
Have you tried to get a hold of your brother or anybody since Tuesday? Have you called anybody?
No, I haven't called anybody.
Okay, you haven't tried to call your mom either?
Mama's always there. She's always home.
Does she get around?
Oh, yeah, but you have to be careful. She falls. She'll fall on you if you're not careful.
Okay. Does she have a little walker or anything?
No, she don't have that, but she'll, every once in a while, she'll lose her balance and fall.
Extremely interesting why he has not asked one question to the officer about what happened to my family. Very bizarre.
It can also show extreme confidence. Sometimes if someone is worried that they're going to get caught because they know what they did, they will start asking questions, and they won't give information in asking those questions. But they'll say, well, what do you know? Do you have any information?
One of the things that I find interesting, too, at this early stage, is that he seems to be a creature of routine. We have a routine. Here's how we wash the dishes. Here's what we do. So I think that we can see almost a ritualistic aspect to his interactions.
Did they tell you how your folks, your family over there was killed?
Killed? They said they were deceased, and they never told me how they were killed.
They're dead, and it looks like they were killed.
Killed?
Mm-hmm.
How were they killed?
It looked like they were shot.
Shot?
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
Well, it looked like they were shot. It's hard to tell because there was a lot of clothes on top of them.
Clothes on top of them?
Mm-hmm.
Well, were they robbed? Or?
I don't think so.
It just looks like somebody just came in and shot them.
Yeah, it looks like somebody knew him, whoever did it.
Well, I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody that they know.
No.
Could have been anybody.
When a person is given the information that there's been a death in the family and it affects them emotionally, we would expect them to experience a feeling of loss, of shock, of unbelievability. We're not seeing any of this here.
The detective's not pushing him yet. He's letting him give out his emotional response. So he's letting him make statements about what he's telling him and seeing what he's responding to. And he did flinch on the clothes a bit. He looked strange to me when they mentioned there were clothes piled all over them. And his head kind of moved, and he switched in his seat.
And we're already seeing him use his knee-jerk reaction of a planned motive. Well, were they robbed? So when we're seeing the officer question him and say, well, it looks like, it's someone that knew the family, he goes back to what he had already prepared, not necessarily the robbery, but just to say, well, it could have been anybody.
Were you having problems with him at all?
No, I haven't had any problems with them. We're not having any problems.
So something didn't happen when you were over there Tuesday night and you killed him?
No. Nothing happened.
Because if something happened, now's the time to tell me.
I would not kill my mother and my brothers.
Okay.
I mean, why would I do something like that?
Normally, an innocent person would say, I'm out of here. You can't accuse me of this. You're off base. This is wrong. He didn't do any of that. He just basically is sitting there, nonchalantly taking the information he's being given without any emotional response. It's so strange.
Well, someone with the capacity to murder not just anyone but your family wouldn't show. They wouldn't know what kind of emotionality a normal person would show because they are not normal people.
You're absolutely right.
So I'm not shocked in some ways because I mean, this is what we can expect.
Donald's atypical reactions to the news that his family has been murdered is leaving interrogators with more questions than answers about his involvement in their deaths. But it's too early to tell if he's the killer or just calm in the face of tragedy.
Why would somebody go in there and kill your mom and your two brothers and put clothes over them like that?
I don't know.
And they've been in there a while.
Put clothes over them?
Yeah, like pile stuff on top of them.
I have no idea. I have no earthly idea.
Tell you, to me, it seems like somebody that would do something like that would have known them or either been family because they didn't want to see them after they were dead and put stuff all over them. Does that make sense to you?
That makes sense to me, but as far as I know, I'm the only family they got. I mean, other than distant relatives that live over in Mobile.
Y'all don't have any other family that lives here?
No.
How does it make you feel to hear that your family was killed?
Makes me feel pretty bad.
This individual is reacting to the information of how do you feel about it? And he goes, I feel pretty bad. But I think before we interpret a lot of significance to that, we have to look at the cultural background. We're dealing with people who are in the South. They have a Southern drawl. There are some people who are very understated about anything. So I think we can't rule him in as a subject of suspicion on the basis of the fact that he's not reacting the way maybe we would react. But I think he's volunteering the information. Well, I'm the only family, acting in a way that he's not responsible and feeling confident about that.
Seems to be nothing about emotion here, nothing about loss, no grieving. No, I wish I had phoned them. I wish I had done something. So I think he's just thinking about what I'm going to get from this when the smoke clears.
Well,
I've
got to control myself here. So I've got to take care of this. So that's what I'm doing. I'll get it later. I don't want it. I'm just trying not to even look at it right now.
Why?
Because I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I've got my family. I was very close to my mother. You know, my father left me when I was a baby. I was very, very close to my mother.
All right.
And I just can't imagine not being able to see her.
Well, you won't. I mean, she's gone.
I know.
And you didn't have anything to do with that?
No, sir. I would never harm anybody in my family. I love my mother and I love my brothers. And I love my dad just like if he was my own father. Could never harm my mother or my brothers.
What's going on, I believe, in this interview is that they have obviously canvassed the neighborhood for witnesses. This man is the last guy standing. There is no other persons or group in the area that would have killed this family except this guy. They know it's him, so they're going full bore.
And he's seen it necessary to explain away his behavior of, it hasn't hit me yet, it soon will, I've lost these people. Now he is really explaining away and justifying why he's not reacting in a way that would seem normal or average.
And I think that's why they're trying to push real hard.
And he was telling me they got in the house. He was telling me how they were killed. And they were shot to death.
Shot to death? Oh my God.
Looks like your brother John was just sitting there watching TV. Somebody just shot him while he was sitting in his chair. And then your mother was sitting in her chair. Somebody shot her while she was watching TV. Then drug her back to her bedroom.
Oh my God.
And then, and this is what I'm thinking, you were probably still there. And then RT comes home, sees John in there, and you shot him in that bedroom where John was watching TV.
This is one of the most provocative type of questioning things we're going to see. There's no pussyfooting around. He's going right to the harsh, hard parts of this to try to get a response.
And the way he's presented it is not as a theory. We think you. He just said, you were still there when this happened.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't do it. I didn't kill my family.
Whoever killed him knew him, because your brother just sitting there in his chair, and somebody probably just shot him. Whoever shot him had to know him, because they didn't think they were a threat. He's just sitting there minding his own business watching TV.
Well,
So was your
sense,
brother.
but I didn't do it.
Who else would they let in their house?
Now, I don't know how this happened. I don't know nothing about it. All I know is y'all come and got me this morning. I went over there, and now you're telling me that they've all been shot.
That's where we're at.
Faced with his family's tragic murder, Donald Hartung still maintains his innocence, but the evidence keeps piling up.
Your mother's pretty much the only family you got,
Yes.
and you've shown no emotion the whole time you've been in here, and you've known that they've been dead. I mean, it's like you almost prepared yourself for this. You've had days to prepare yourself for this.
Sir, I'll show plenty of emotion when the time's right.
Well, why would they be covered up with, like, this much clothes put on top of them?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I mean, it makes no sense for somebody to come in there, a total stranger.
When he's been confronted with the fact that he's shown no emotion. He puts his hands to his face as he's talking now. He's in some way disguising his face so
He's
we don't...
muffling his
That's
tone
right.
as well. They don't really know how to act. They don't know how to portray emotion. I find it really interesting that he's saying, well, I'll show plenty of emotion when the time is right.
That's right.
That is a defensive statement to an observation that has been nothing but truthful. I'm very surprised that the officer has been so blatant and so direct in saying that. I personally love that the officer is doing this.
He's being asked to justify his emotion, and soon he'll be asked to justify his actions. So things have shifted now.
For your family's house since Monday.
Well,
They said your brother went out and got the mailbox. John went to the mailbox and got the
John
mail
always
every day.
goes. He goes out and gets the mail every day.
I hadn't seen him since Monday. Who got the mail Tuesday?
Well, I don't know. It wasn't me.
What time does the mail usually come on Tuesdays?
It's usually late.
In the
It's
afternoon?
late in the afternoon.
So you were there at 1 o'clock, you said, on Tuesday.
Yeah, it was about 1 o'clock when I got there, and it was about 5:30, 5:45, between 5:30 and 6 that I left.
With that being said, John usually goes and gets the mail. You show up early that day, he doesn't ever get to go get the mail. That would mean you probably killed him.
I did not kill my brother, and I don't know why the mail wasn't picked up. I didn't have anything to do with any of this. I'm telling you.
Back in my mind, they have more than they're giving him right now. And at some
a lot
point,
more.
it's going to come out, but they need the confession to see what happened inside the house. You know they're dead. You know he did it. How did he do it? Why did he do it? These things are unknown. What's in his head is unknown.
I think we're going to start to see contradictions building up here. We're now talking about, well, the neighbors didn't see any suspicious vehicles. There's one way in, one way out. This sounds like the kind of neighborhood where people would know if you went out to check your mail. They would notice if something seemed a little off, and they would go over and check on you. And that's where we're going to start to likely see things fall apart. This is a person that likes routine, that so far has shown that he's a procedural kind of person. He tends to remember things. He knows how things are supposed to go. So when he starts to, like Wyman, like you said before, when he stops having answers to things, it's going to be a bit more suspicious. What he's going to try to play off of is any real emotion he has, which is, I would imagine if you're accused of something you actually did, you're going to be defiant and defensive. So he's going to be showing that, but he's going to be trying to pivot.
He can't afford to be spontaneous. He doesn't know what to do here except to respond to the cues that the officer is giving him and trying to conceal the lies that he's telling.
Let me tell you something.
Or my mother.
If I was sitting where you are and somebody was talking to me and saying you killed your mom and your brothers, I'd tell them to go fuck off. I'd be mad as fuck.
Well, I know better.
And you're sitting
I
over
know
there,
better than
and you haven't shed one tear, hadn't said nothing, hadn't got mad, shown no emotion about none of this. And you expect me to sit here and believe you didn't kill those people?
I sure do, because I didn't.
Well, I don't.
And I'm not going to attack some sheriff's deputy because my mother has been killed. So I know you didn't do it.
No. I didn't know you or your family till today.
That's right.
And now I have to sit here and try and figure out who killed your mother and your two brothers.
Yes, you do, and I hope you do it soon.
Let's just pause for a second. There are cases, and Toby, I'm really curious about your thoughts on this, but there are cases where people have experienced severe trauma and loss, and it doesn't matter who the person is that they're talking to, they will flip out. It could be someone that's giving you a ticket for a parking meter. It could be, just a person that didn't hold the door open for you. And all you're thinking about is, someone killed my family. I don't give a, whatever about who you are. And him saying, I find it interesting that our suspect here is basically saying, well, I'm not gonna flip out on a sheriff or a sheriff's deputy. I'd be thinking, screw that. My family died and you accused me of that. I don't care who you are.
After a search of Donald Hartung's residence, he is brought in again for questioning. But this time, police are armed with a revelation about Donald's involvement in the Wiccan religion. Rightly or wrongly, they pursue his faith and how it's connected to an upcoming astrological event in relation to his family's death.
I guess you have a Ouija board and some stuff in your house?
Yeah, I do have a Ouija board. I have a prayer room.
Are you a Wiccan or?
Yeah, I'm a Wiccan.
You are?
I've been a Wiccan for about 3 years.
Have you?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a pagan religion. It's based on nature.
What? I'm not familiar with it. Can you explain it a little bit more for me?
Well, you celebrate different seasonal times, like
Seasonal changes?
yeah, like different holidays. Like when it's autumn equinox, spring equinox, and stuff like that.
Does your mom or brother do it also, or is
No.
Are they aware?
Mama
that
would have
you're-
probably had a fit if she knew that I was.
Really?
I didn't go around telling people that I was doing Wiccan.
So they weren't aware of that.
No.
That Wiccan stuff, in these ceremonies or whatever you do you have anything like sacrifices or anything?
No, there's no sacrifices in Wicca.
Just hold the tape for a second. We can see now that he's much more relaxed. He seems much more natural. His hand gestures, his affect, his tone, the volume seems very conversational, and he seems completely at ease discussing this. Quite a difference from what we saw previously. Now we have a new baseline of this is what he's like when he feels comfortable. We'll see if it changes.
I would love to question, though, the validity of bringing up someone's religion in an interrogation setting, particularly around the very pointed connection that the officer is trying to make between Wicca and any sort of potential sacrifice, or that this triple murder had something to do with his religious beliefs and practices. So I would never claim to know a lot about Wicca or someone who is Wiccan, but we know humans and we know human behavior. And if someone is pointedly connecting these two things that in your mind don't connect, you could expect some defiance. We're not seeing that. So that to me is a bit of a red flag. That's an indicator something isn't lining up here.
Also, you bring religion into a conversation when someone is willing to talk about it. If they're willing to take the answer to the question without saying, I don't discuss my religious, it's my personal freedom, I'm not discussing it, they're allowed to talk about as much as they want if they continue on. There's no violation of charter or anything like that, or human rights. So today, even in the Protestant faith, you know how many branches of Protestant religion there is? The Mennonite religion, all the religions that there are have offshoots with different beliefs. And surprisingly, law enforcement has to be aware of that because it is a sensitive topic. If there's been a homicide, you have to get up to speed on the basics of that religion. Like, we don't know everything about it, but you do find out what you can so you can question, because if you're naive about it, you're gonna miss something.
What I'm saying is, I think that bringing up religion without any just cause
is not allowed.
Exactly. And so they're bringing it up, but they're doing it in a way that is directly tied to a potential motive and they have a reason for bringing it up. They're not bringing it up to attack the person. They could take it in that direction, which I would argue is unethical, even if they are allowed to do it. It's not illegal, but it is unethical.
In these serious cases where there are multiple homicides or multiple rapes or whatever, you skate on the edge of ethical issues all the time. You step into the falsehoods willingly. You do this as part of the ongoing game of getting a confession. So I don't flinch when I see those type of things because I know it's part of it. They don't believe in that, what they're doing, but they have to do it to get the person to talk. Yes, it appears unethical. It appears like they're lying. Absolutely, it is, but it's on purpose.
An officer could believe that the Wiccan religion is absolute hokum, but you wouldn't know, and you shouldn't know how they feel about anything.
Are these seasonal
Like a Sabbath?
changes? Yeah.
Or an SBAT.
Yeah.
That's just a ceremonial thing. It's no involving, not, killing anything or harming anything.
I did some reading on it before I talked to you about it. And in some of these Wiccan things, like especially this time of the year, in June, July, and August, when there's two full moons, sometimes they'll offer a sacrifice.
Yeah. Well, I don't offer sacrifices ever.
Well, it described it the way that...
It's a blue moon. It's a blue moon. Yeah, and it's very, very rare.
Now the officer's revealing how much research he has done into this. He's bringing up moon phases. He's bringing up, like, you told me there's no sacrifice, but there is a sacrifice on certain moons. Oh yeah, it's a blue moon, is very rare. So it's interesting how they go from, I don't know anything about this, to suddenly I'm telling you stuff about your so-called religion.
Well, it's kind of interesting what they do. They drain the blood out of their sacrifice and hit them in the head.
I don't know anything about that.
Then they cover them to keep them warm.
I don't know anything about that.
Notice his hand covering his mouth to disguise the fact that he's lying. We've seen this before. It's very difficult for an individual to look you in the eye and lie without showing any kind of tell. So what we do is we disguise that by having a nervous laughter or by shielding our face.
And we saw the nervous laughter just a little while ago. So when that doesn't work, which it didn't bring down, the The fact that the police were ramping things up, it didn't relax things. He's starting to try to mask any of his potential tells.
This detective is drawing conclusions from the religious aspect of what this fellow could believe to how the bodies were covered to keep warm with the clothing and how they were hit with the hammer to temporarily stun them while there could have been bloodletting occurring. He's basically confronting him right to his face about, you're the only person that would know this.
The question is, was he going to kill them for some other reason and then justify it to himself by saying it's part of a ritualistic society, or was it the religion and the ritual itself that was the motive?
Donald Hartung refuses to believe that the police have any evidence that might suggest his involvement with his family's death. However, police are about to put it all on the line in hopes of eliciting a confession.
I didn't do anything to my family.
Yeah,
sir.
you did. We're not going to go through that again. You did, okay?
No, sir.
I've been over to the house. I've looked at everything. You went over there, and you killed your mother, and you killed your brother, and then you waited, and RT got home, and you killed him. Okay?
No, sir.
And you killed them all the same way. Stabbing them.
Stabbing them? They were stabbed?
Mm-hmm.
God.
So when we're looking at this, it boggles my mind that he would just play along.
It's boggling his mind, too.
Yeah.
They're confusing him.
But he's never been one step ahead. And when he's thought that he's a step ahead, it's because the police led him to believe he was a step ahead.
Well, they're confusing him, and when a person is confused, generally they would ask for clarification.
Yeah.
He's not doing that. He's just going, oh my God, let me just disguise. How should I appear to react to this information?
Roll the tape.
Or,
Were you mad at your mom?
no, why would I be mad at my mother?
Well, you'd have to be to smack her in the head and cut her, stab her.
Smack her in the head?
Yeah,
I thought you said that they stabbed her.
they did.
And they hit her in the head?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about this.
Let me ask you this: what would somebody gain to go to your? Why single out your mom and two brothers? What for? You know what I'm saying? Why would somebody go there to that house and go in there and just for some random thing kill everybody inside?
I don't know why anybody would do something like that.
You know what? When I come in here and talk to you, because I've never met you, Donald.
That's right.
And I've seen you, but, you know, your behavior is extremely odd for somebody that's just lost their entire family. I mean, you don't seem very emotional about it. Like, you know what I mean? You're very just matter of fact, not upset. And that just may be the way you are, but I just find it very odd. Like I was saying earlier, you know that we're able to track cell phones.
Okay.
Okay. And you know when we pull your cell phone, you know what we're going to find, right?
Yeah. You're going to find out whatever I've done. And I mean, I haven't got anything on my cell phone. I only do.
The only thing,
I called my son tonight, and that's it.
He doesn't realize it's going to show where the phone was. He thinks it shows everything that he's used. This is the joy of this technology right now. People don't really understand how good it is. He doesn't understand it's going to show exactly where he was by the towers, not by using the phone, by where the phone was. So he's quite confident that it's not going to give him away, but he's quite willing to say, yeah, sure, look at my phone. It's not going to say anything. It will say something.
we want to know what happened. That's it. Because once we get to the point of no return, we're trying to give you the opportunity to tell us what happened. If something bad did happen,
Nothing.
what happened?
I loved my mother.
Okay. When we go and pull GPS coordinates from your phone, we can tell where you were at. We can tell that you were over there still at your mom's house past 7 o'clock when RT got home, because RT's still wearing the same clothes that he was wearing when he got home from work Tuesday night. We know that he clocked out at 6:38. We know that he takes 20 to 30 minutes to drive home to get home. Okay, so that's gonna put him at home around 7 o'clock, 7:15, right? And then we're gonna be able to see that Donald is still at mom's house and not at his house. You see where I'm going with it?
I don't think you are.
I know we are. There's no other person that's just gonna go up to the house and...
Except for some crazy maniac.
Okay, and for what? And clean up? Why did they clean up?
Who knows?
Okay, you know all about touch DNA and all that stuff. I'm sure you watch TV.
I know a little bit. Yeah, I do watch TV, but I don't know too much about
Stuff
DNA.
that we recovered. It's gonna have Donald's fingerprints on it. It's gonna have Donald's DNA sweat, just like when I hold this phone, it's gonna be on there. All stuff that you normally do not touch and stuff that you can't explain is what I'm telling you. And we know that. Everybody knows it. The only question is...
There's not going to be anything over there with any sweat off of me on it. I can tell you that, Rob. The only thing that you'll find over there that might have sweat off of me is the cloths that I use when I wipe my face, and that's when I'm cooking. That's the only sweat that I do is when I'm cooking, when it's hot. That's it.
You know,
well, I mean, I go outside mess and I sweat.
We were talking about helping John wash clothes and stuff like that.
Well, when I said I helped him wash clothes, John washes the clothes.
Okay.
I help him put them away.
The stuff is still in the dryer, in the washer.
Is it?
Yeah. It's 3 hand towels.
Well, yeah, but he probably, when Mama gets something from QVC, she puts it in the washer right then.
It's 3 hand towels. These are old hand towels.
Is that right?
Now, people might be wondering about the validity of this, and I think there's 2 really important factors. The first is that when, in the first interrogation, he was asked about cooking, what he did in the kitchen, he was very methodical. He was very routinized in how he talked about what he does. He knows that. The implications of this are that he might have done a load of laundry that only had 3 hand towels in it, meaning that they would have been used to clean up the crime scene, because those are things that he just stated he uses when he cooks and he wipes his face with them after having cleaned up.
And there's also, if he didn't do a good job with the cleaning, there's DNA on the
There
cloths.
would still be DNA
There's going to be
on there,
DNA around that whole scene. And he's kind of, the detectives kind of said there'll be DNA on things where they shouldn't be to match this crime.
And if something goes in the dryer, it's already been in the washer, theoretically, so it would have been clean. It wouldn't have any DNA on it.
And blood stains are blood stains, and they have DNA. You can't get rid of them sometimes. If you've ever cut yourself on a piece of clothing or shirt and try to wash it out, if you don't catch it right away, it's still in there, especially if it's thick. So
even if you can't see it,
it's there.
It's still there.
It's there. They're basically at the stage in this interview where they're giving him everything they have. They're hinting about the DNA. They're hinting about what was in the wash. They're describing the scene that only someone with internal knowledge would have the ability to shoot or attack or kill or stab these people without any fight. They've used his phone. They've said, okay, your phone was here past the time of the murders. He didn't even bite on that. He doesn't realize what the phone evidence is how damning it's going to be. They've given them the time of his brother departing work and when he arrived home and when he was killed. They're basically laid the entire case out at his feet right now. And I think that's why you see the detective with the hands on the back of his head. They're basically saying, you know, if you don't come clean, it isn't really that important. We would just like to know how this happened, and was it a Wiccan cover-up murder? They want these things to come out of his mouth. They can say all they want about that. It's not evidence. There is nothing to be able to link that to that. So they need him to come across and say what he did and why he did it.
Would you be surprised if I told you that she spent $6,000 last month on a QVC?
I'd be shocked. No idea Mama was spending money like that.
Would you be mad that your inheritance is being blown on QVC?
Hell no. I don't give a damn about no inheritance.
Does Mom have an insurance policy?
I don't know.
Does Mom have a will?
I think she has a will, but I've never seen it.
Do you know what you're entitled to in that will?
I have no idea what I'm entitled to in any will.
Somebody cut her throat. She sat there and suffered and bled all over the place. Somebody, like you,
Not me.
treated her like a piece of garbage, just drug her down the hall into a room, threw clothes on top of her and left her like a piece of garbage.
I'd never do that to my mother. Never.
Then you did the same thing to your brothers. Cut their throat.
I would never harm my family. Never. Never.
Can you imagine what they went through?
I don't want to imagine what they went through.
In most cases, the people named in a will are supplied a copy. Now, had he not received a copy and she had a will, which he said he didn't get, that could be an indicator he was not in the will. All of these things play on the mind of the person who's going to kill for profit, kill for money.
Precedent has been set at this point.
He is a prime suspect, if you're the police officer sitting there, for murder, for motive, for money. Money, for motive, murder. There you go.
In the latter part of the interrogation, he seemed as if he was cooperative, friendly, not guarded, not shut down emotionally, conversational. Now, this is probably a function of his personality, an individual who can intellectualize emotional events. He's a person that likes ritual. That's why something like Wicca would appeal to him. And by engaging in ritualistic behavior, we don't have to engage emotionally. This helps us understand how he is able to deal as effectively as he has in the interrogation.